So basically, this morning, so I checked the price. GameStop was, when I checked it like 6 a.m., we're in Mountain Time, so that'd be like 8 a.m. Eastern. It was at like 450 a share, something like that.
Yeah.
And I looked at costs, which I looked at yesterday. Full transparency. Because I thought it was funny, and I was like, because I was reading through the Reddit, and I was like, these guys are serious. Like, these guys aren't fucking around. And I was like, well, you know what? I took a small amount of money for me that I said, you know what? I'm okay. I'm going to risk this. I don't care. I'm going to.
Basically, you're gambling.
Basically, I'm totally gambling. I'm like, I already lost this money.
The casino's going to win.
So I bought COS at $60 a share yesterday. And this morning I checked my Robinhood and COS is at $170 a share. And I'm like, holy fuck, I just tripled my money overnight. This is insane. And same thing, I got...
Did you get AMC or one of those?
No, I did not do AMC. And I decided just for the cause, I got
You're a big movie buff. I'm surprised you don't support...
I got a few shares of GameStop just for the cause.
For how much?
200 something, 230 or something.
Well, you're 241 as
and
you
speak. It was at like 400, and I was like, holy fuck. I just I was like,
well, that was short.
I just like tripled my money overnight. So that's a sick
over hours.
I know, literally. So, and I was like, this is crazy. I was going to sell this morning. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. So that was at like 6 a.m. And then I kind of go back kind of dozing off, but then I'm kind of like excited, so I can't really sleep. I check Twitter, and all of a sudden I see on Twitter people were saying Robinhood is not letting people buy shares of any of these.
Yeah,
they didn't halt trading.
No, not trading officially, but Robinhood, the platform, didn't want their customers.
So they've done trading halts before. So right, they have the circuit breakers and stuff.
Right.
But that's for buy and sell.
Yeah,
that just stops all trading.
Right.
Robinhood did something that I've never seen that before in my life.
No, me neither.
You could only sell. You could not buy shares of any of these stocks. AMC, GameStop, COS, any of them.
Yeah.
So COS, I was all excited, went from 160, 170 back down to 40 a share this morning.
Well, the same thing with
GameStop went from almost 500 a share. I'm not sure did it pass 500?
Right now, yeah, it did. It did temporarily, and now it's down to right now it's 240 or
240 a share. I mean,
that's market manipulation.
I mean, literally. I'll do it right now. I'll do a live demonstration for you. I gotta make sure I don't show anything. Let me.
You want to show your account number and everything?
No,
and how much money you have?
I don't want to show anything. I'm moving everything out of Robinhood. I prefer E-Trade. But like I said, the only reason I do it is sometimes I just want to buy instantly, and Robinhood lets me do that. But let me see if I can show people, like on GameStop, for example. Look at this. So first of all, it has a thing. Okay, I'm hiding so it doesn't show my position. But basically, it says a thing. People can't see it on the camera, but it says you can close out your position in the stock, but you cannot purchase additional shares.
Right. No, I know.
And then when you click the trade button,
it's pretty much, it's not news. I'm looking at a headline now.
You click the trade button. I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah.
You can click sell. You cannot click buy. I've never seen that in my fucking life. And it's the same this is COS. It's at $45 a share now. It was at literally 100. I'm not sure what the peak was.
So this is the thing, and this is why some of the senators.
How is that not illegal?
Well, exactly. That's the point.
That's what I don't understand.
The point is that this is not just Robinhood.
So Robinhood was first,
right?
Then it was Interactive Brokers.
Interactive Brokers did the same thing.
And then another company who's
Schwab or
a competitor to Robinhood called Public, which is another one. Same exact thing.
Right.
They shut it down.
I've seen it. So, and obviously, Wall Street government is looking into that. The SEC, they're investigating whatever. But then there's also, that I don't know if it's legal or not. There's no precedent for that. I'm not sure if the company, Robinhood, whatever, will say, okay, well, we determine what to do, just like Facebook determines what to do, or whatever. But
yeah, but
the problem is that they're manipulating the market, basically.
But they're not just manipulating the market. They're manipulating the market in favor of their number one customer.
Right. Exactly.
How is that
That's
not
what I was trying to say.
blatant
That
market
what they're trying to
manipulation?
do by doing that is instead of the market being the market, which is supply and demand, it doesn't matter where the demand comes from. And in this case, as we said, the demand is coming from individual retail investors, basically like you and I or any other person. They're trying to defend now by doing that. They're trying to say, okay, we want these citadels and these hedge funds and all that stuff to defend their position because they were betting on a company going under, and that's where they were shorting the stock. And now by preventing people from buying, the stock can only go down because people can only sell, which means that there's a lot of supply and less demand. Therefore, the price is going to go down, and then they're helping these people.
Right. And there's a rumor, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not. I saw it right before we came on, that Citadel increased its short position this morning right before
It could be.
Robinhood
Right.
turned it off.
Right. Trying to make up for the losses, all
If
the
that's
investment.
the case,
Yeah, that's SEC.
I mean, how that isn't
right.
blatant market manipulation,
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that will be. I mean, that's
They're
something
already
that,
starting class action lawsuits. I saw this
Oh
morning.
yeah. Oh, there's gonna be a lot. I mean, this is gonna make.
I mean, this could be the end of Robinhood. Seriously, I mean, Wall Street Bets. The other thing that Wall Street Bets, I would say, is half the reason Robinhood even exists.
Right. No,
Wall
I
Street
agree.
Bets,
I agree.
famously, it was like everybody on Wall Street Bets uses Robinhood, or majority of them, and they pushed Robinhood basically, and now Robinhood fucked them over.
Let's put it this way:
Everybody who has, if you have a Robinhood account, you need to get rid of it. I mean, if they're gonna
Well, but really,
blatantly
I mean,
do
really,
this
you were
shit-
saying like, I know I have TD Ameritrade, and I haven't seen that happening. In fact, I tested it. I could buy.
I have E-Trade, and E-Trade's totally fine. E-Trade's
Right.
unaffected.
I think the
can still
major
buy
ones
and
are
sell.
fine, but Robinhood and Interactive Brokers and all those.
Robinhood.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this
Well-
is their customer, their whole customer base. They even have ads of like people on the subway trading stocks and shit because they're like basically democratizing.
Yeah, decentralized trading. Yeah.
No, they said democratizing finance or something is their slogan, some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Well, basically, they're
fucking
making
people over.
trading and investing available to the smaller person. You know, not just going through major companies. You know, that's what they
I
do.
really hope Robinhood goes under because of this. It would make me so happy.
You're gonna short them now?
Because, well, that's the other thing. They were planning on going public soon. I'd
Yeah,
love
right.
to see them do it now. Fucking everybody on Wall Street Bets. I promise you, they go public, we're shorting the fuck out of it. Okay? Seriously.
No, but you know how
You want to see a
radical
short
this
squeeze? Oh, boy.
You know how radical this is when like I think you told me this earlier before we started recording that Senator Ted Cruz and AOC,
both,
actually
like, agreed.
They both agreed.
And they're like, what's going on here?
Like
This is
saying
not...
we need to look into this because we're letting the big whales again squash the investors, the individual investors, by saying, "Oh, you cannot buy and take advantage of this market surge, or basically revert the
Right.
trend of the market and benefit the hedge funds and all these institutional
Hedge funds
investors
can
that
manipulate markets as much as they want.
Right.
The second a group of people get together and say, hey, we're going to try to squeeze
And
this hedge fund.
another thing is the ethical question. I mean, I understand shorting stuff. I never ever shorted a stock, even though obviously you could have, or everybody could have.
I've only shorted one stock in my entire life.
Which was?
And I lost horribly, and I've never shorted a stock again.
Which one was this? Out of curiosity.
Micron.
Oh, Micron. Okay.
And
Yeah.
basically, it was really stupid. I shouldn't have done it. It basically, the stock doubled in price, and I had to get out
But
of it.
on principle, to me, I mean, when you invest, is the purpose of investing for a person, or I mean, for most people, is to you see a company that you think is going to do better, and you say, okay, I believe in this company for whatever reason. I'm going to buy a portion of the company, which is when you buy a share. That's what it's called, a share. You buy a little fraction of the company, and then you want the company to do well, so you go with the company.
I think shorting is fine. What they should probably put a limit on is like exactly what happened in this case, where the shorts were even more than the shares, because that's when it gets crazy.
Yeah, but when you start, but see, it's so easy today to manipulate the short, because I can, and there's cases like that already, and without naming names, you can buy a stock at a certain price, and you're shorting the stock, okay, and then you start bad mouthing that company.
Oh, I know. I mean,
Right.
people are doing it to
the
Tesla
pump
for
and dump
years.
thing.
The
But
reason
let me
why
finish. So you, if I'm a personality, if I buy 100 shares of Microsoft, and then I go to my friends and say, oh, I think Microsoft's going to do terrible, the cloud and this and that, and it's like, I'm not going to make a fucking blip on the market. Now, if I'm a famous investor, hedge fund manager, whatever, which I'm on CNBC or whatever, and I decide to short a company, and then I go public on television saying,
That's
oh, well,
what they do.
Exactly, that's the point, that they control everything,
I mean,
because they
listen,
can go and say, oh, this company is not going to do well, I don't have a good perspective, have a lot of competition, a lot of debt, blah, blah. So people are going to sell.
One of the
You're going to
reasons-
cover your short and make money.
One of the reasons why Tesla's stock exploded this year
Right.
was because of a short squeeze as well. 'Cause
Right.
There were a ton of funds that were shorting Tesla.
Right.
And when it kept going up, 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 and up, these funds at some point basically had to liquidate. They had to just take their losses. And when they got squeezed out, that's why Tesla's stock went from 100 something to 800 a share this
Right.
year. That's what happened.
Yes, and the other thing is that, coincidentally or not, yesterday the overall market went down between 2 and 3%. The S&P, Dow, all the major indexes went down between 2 and 3%. And another way to cover your short is basically by selling over. You get a margin call, basically, which is when they call you and say, hey, you're on margin right now, you need to cover. So the other way to acquire liquidity is by selling other stocks that are doing well, that you say, hey, GameStop is doing really bad. My short is really bad because I thought it was going to go down to 0, and now instead it was 500,
Right.
and I need to cover that, and I don't have the cash, so I'm going to have to sell Microsoft, Apple, or whatever other good stocks that I have just to get more liquidity and cover my short. So the market had a huge sell-off yesterday.
Yeah, I don't
And,
think that was because of. I mean, Melvin is not that big of a hedge fund. So it
Well,
wasn't
I know,
Melvin Capital
but
causing that.
it also started freaking out the market a little bit. I mean, today, I don't know. I mean, today, actually, I'm going to look it up right now. I'm just curious. But I think the market is way back up again today. It's pretty much almost back up to what it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, the market was down almost 2%. Today, it's almost up again 2%. So,
But to summarize, kind of, that's where we are now. We're recording this on Thursday, so we don't know what's going to happen after this.